everyone, it's Taylor here, and today I'm excited to share with you our latest card making kit called Alphabets. I'm going to be creating this fun birthday card, but you'll see that this kit is full of endless possibilities for customizing the sentiments on your cards. So let's get started looking through the kit contents. The kit comes packaged in this zipper pouch with a label. It features the Tall Tales Alpha, a large-scale alpha that you can spell out any word of your choice. We have the bold border background blocks that allow you to stamp the letters with different patterns if you want to decorate your letters with polka dots or stripes or stars. Then we have the drop shadow sentiment set where we've laid out 3 sentiments: thanks, happy, and hello. We also have the insiders so that you can match that font of the alphabet set with the inside of your card. Here's the card that we're going to be creating today. I'm using the Wavy Stitch Stacklet, which is available outside of the kit, but also new with this release. You can see it creates that stitched outline around the outside of the card. We also have the Foilet Drop Shadow with lots of different words that you can foil, and I'll be using that on the project, along with the Sweet Shop Stencil and Clear to create the cupcake imagery. I have the coordinating dies that will cut those out, and then I'll also be using the mini strips Dino-Mite for the It's Your Birthday sentiment and the coordinating die to cut that out. To achieve that spotlight circle around my sentiment, I'll be using the Designer Masking Stencil Circle, the larger version, and I have several little elements used in the background that are from the Clear set in the Cakewalk Stencil and Clear combo. For ink, I'll be using VersaFine Clair for the black ink, Lollipop, Candy Corn, Pineapple, Lime Zest, Blue Raspberry, Toffee, Mocha. I'll also be doing some embossing, so I have my VersaMark ink pad and I'll be using my powder tool to condition the cardstock and white sparkle embossing powder. Then we will be using several different blender brushes. I have my Bitty blenders in many different colors to apply the ink through the stencil. We'll be foiling with the black fun foil from Tailored Expressions and using our carrier sheet with our Foil Magic shim. I have teal tape to tape things down, and then for foam I'll be using the 1x3 thin foam strips and the pre-cut foam square roll. And of course my trusty precision glue press from My Sweet Petunia. So here I'm sharing some of the pre-printed sentiment cards from the Foilet pack of drop shadow sentiments. These are designed to use in combination with the letters from the Tall Tale alphabet die set. We're going to start by foiling this with black fun foil, and obviously the sentiment's already printed in black, but I love the classy look of black foil. It just gives that perfect shine to your sentiment. But this also shows you that you can use these cards without foiling if you just keep them in the plain black print. I'm going to be using the background block, the polka dot pattern, to stamp onto this Lollipop cardstock with Lollipop ink, and then we're going to use that piece of cardstock to die cut our letters. So the letters that end up being die cut have a pattern to them. I need 2 Y's and an A, so I am cutting out the first 2 letters and then I'll run it back through to get a second Y. And then you'll see that these, as I said, are designed to fit perfectly inside of the drop shadow print. But first I've aligned my masking stencil circle around the Yay sentiment and blended that with Blue Raspberry ink. We'll take our precision glue press and apply those letters to the Yay so that you can see the foiled drop shadow behind the die cut letters. Next, I have my Wavy Stitch Stacklet that I have placed around the outside to add just a little bit of interest to that panel. And then we will go ahead and get started on the cupcakes. So I have 4 different small stencil squares that I'm going to be using to create these cupcakes. I have the cake layer first that I'm blending with toffee ink and a little bit of the mocha on each end to add dimension. So toffee first, and then coming back with the mocha to add dimension and shading on the edges of the cake. There are alignment guides on these small stencils, so use the etching on the guides to line up with the cake layer that you've already blended, and then you'll get your frosting and the bottom of your cupcake lined up perfectly. I'm blending these in a rainbow of colors, which means I need to wash my stencils in between. You saw that I shared the alcohol ink spray bottle that I use to quickly wash my stencils because they dry quickly and then I can move on to the next step really easily. Now I'm using the clear stamp that's included with that stencil and clear combo to add some interest and dimension to the remaining pieces of the cupcakes. I'm using the same color ink to stamp the details so that I get a nice tone-on-tone effect with the dimension for the cupcakes. They really look so fun when they're all finished with the little details. So now I'm going to cut them out with the coordinating dies. I have those taped down in place and I'll just run those through my small die cutting machine, and just 4 little cupcakes and they're ready to place on our card. I'm going to be popping some of them up and gluing others straight down to the card base, again to add dimension to my panel, kind of layering them together at the bottom. Now we'll go ahead and stamp the mini strips. I'm placing that down in my MISTI and conditioning my cardstock with my powder tool. I'll use VersaMark to stamp the sentiments and then the white sparkle embossing powder to emboss. I love this embossing powder. It has a silver glitter in it, which makes it really special and fun for party occasions like birthdays. We'll pop all of those out after I send it through the die cut machine and grab the It's Your Birthday, which I'm going to center on those cupcakes at the bottom. And to finish this off, I'm going to use the small celebratory icons, the little asterisks and stars, to stamp in the background of the circle. And I've placed them in my MISTI at first and then decided to add a couple extras with my acrylic block. And now the last step is just to take my 1x3 foam strips and place this down on a blue raspberry card base. I hope you feel inspired to try out our newest card making kit called Alphabets. You can find all of these products at the Tailored Expressions web store at tailoredexpressions.com.